Good morning. We call the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order for August 22nd, 2018. Today we have all members present. Myself, Nikel Winfrey, President, Mayor Netta Barber, Vice President, and Cotil LeBroy, Secretary. We'll first start with approval of minutes for August 15th.
Madam President, I move that we approve the minutes for August 14th.
Is it the 14th or the 15th?
It says the 15th on here.
Is that the, it says the 15th,
15th.
and the minutes say the 15th. Is that the day that we had the meeting on a different day?
No. Okay, so I'm gonna,
Well, let me look at the calendar.
okay.
Because I know one week we had the meeting on a different day, but that wasn't last week. Last Wednesday was the 15th.
15th.
Yeah. Second, any questions? All in favor?
Actually, I do have
Aye.
questions.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry. With the minutes, I was looking through them. Is there supposed to be a section where we actually know, like, what the bids were? Like, who else may have approved this? I mean, like, you know, what the bids were? Like, if multiple contractors bid and they approved this one because they were lowest bidder? Is that the situation? Are we not putting that in the minutes?
Yeah, are they attaching, when you all in your file, do you attach the tabulation sheets?
I had to ask, because these minutes are new to me. I was just asking.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's new to us too, so I didn't know if they were attaching the tabulation sheets with it and only putting what was approved.
Okay.
I know that
Attached tabulation.
when Ms. Caesar changed the form, I think she had some communication with the board.
Okay.
With the state as well, about what they would, what they're looking for.
Okay, got it.
So, I mean, I don't have an issue with adding it. You know, the more, probably the better. But if you're, I think you have to put why the bid was selected. So, I would assume you can attach the tabulation sheet that has that information. Or if you don't want to have all of that paperwork, then you could just include it in here.
Okay. I may know.
Whichever one makes more sense
Okay.
for you all.
All right.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have claims.
Okay, we have approval of claims to be paid on August 22nd, 2018. The general fund, $52,142.84. Special revenue, $127,892.09. The home program, $900. Marquette Park, $8,533.79. EMS ambulance, $1,777.02. The Genesis Center operating, $5,312.26. Fire pension fund, $12,000. The lead grant, $3,182.50. Blight elimination, $1,100 for a total paid to be paid to $212,840.50. And Madam President, I'm going to move that we approve claims to be paid on August 22nd.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we have approval of pension payroll for August 22nd. Fire pension payroll, $390,989.18. Police pension payroll, $401,235.60. For a total pension payroll to be paid, $792,224.78. Madam President, I move that we approve pension payroll.
Second, any questions? Oh, I'm sorry.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we have ratification of claims. We have ratification of claims paid on August 14, 2018. Community Development, $10,000 total claims paid. Next, we have ratifications of claims paid on August 17th. General Fund, $108,074.36. Marquette Park, $8,829. For total claims paid, $116,903.36. Next, we have ratification of claims paid on August the 20th, 2018. City Council, $1,076.23. Madam President, I'm going to move that we approve the ratification of claims.
A second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we have ratification of payroll. Ratification of payroll paid on August 17th. Total payroll was $1,688,789.15. Madam President, I move that we approve the ratification of payroll for August 17th.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Does that conclude claims?
That concludes claims.
Okay. Next, we have correspondence and agreements. Correspondence from the police department.
To Clotilde LeRoy Public Works, from Attorney Thomas, City Attorney, Amendment Number 1 to the contract with Mimic Animal Crematory. The Law Department was asked to draft an amendment to the contract with Mimic Animal Crematory due to the fact that Mimic changed its name to Pause and Remember LLC. The original contract with Mimic is marked as Exhibit 1 and is attached. The Law Department checked with the Indiana Secretary of State and found that the name was officially changed by filing articles of merger with the Secretary of State's office. The documents relating to the name change are marked as Exhibit 2 and are attached hereto. The Law Department drafted an amendment that reflects the contractor's new name, and we also drafted a new contract to reflect the new name of the contractor. This new amended contract, Exhibit 3, is attached and will need to be re-executed by the parties. The amendment and new contract are in proper legal form and are sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the city.
No other terms were changed.
No other terms were changed. Okay, the city and the contractor are parties to that certain contract for personal services dated in or about February 28, 2018. The contract is marked as Exhibit 1 and attached. The original contract called for the contractor to be paid an amount not to exceed $15,000, and the contractor has changed its business name from Mimic Animal Crematory to Pause and Remember LLC. And it has been verified by the Indiana Secretary of State's office. So, Madam President, I'm going to move that we approve the amendment number 1 to the contract for Mimic Animal Crematory to Pause and Remember.
A second.
Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Next, we have correspondence from the traffic department.
Board of Public Works, from Greg L. Thomas, City Attorney. Approval of contract with Real Term Energy, US LP. The Law Department has drafted the attached contract between the City of Gary and Real Term Energy. Contractor will use its Lux mapping system to measure the intensity of light that hits street surfaces. The system will produce a visual representation of roadway segments. The system determines areas of the city that are properly lit or overly lit compared to lighting guidelines. The city will be able to make a determination from the mapping system which areas of the city can be prioritized for lighting upgrades. The contract is in proper legal form and is sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the City of Gary. The contract is effective as of August 22nd, 2018, between the City of Gary and Real Term Energy. The scope of services, contractor agrees to the contractor's Real Term Energy Lux mapping system to monitor nighttime lux levels at posted roadway speeds. The Lux mapping system measures the intensity of light that hits the street surfaces. The system will produce a visual representation of roadway segments. The system determines areas of the city that are properly lit or overly lit compared to lighting guidelines. The city will be able to make a determination from the mapping system which areas of the city can be prioritized for lighting upgrade. The term of the contract shall be for a term commencing on the effective date and expiring February 22nd, 2019. Compensation for satisfactory performance as set forth in Article 1 above. City agrees to pay contractor an amount not to exceed $67,360. Madam President, I am going to move that we approve the contract between the City of Gary and Real Term Energy.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
To the Board of Public Works, Greg L. Thomas, City Attorney, approval of NDOT Highway Safety Improvement Program. The Law Department has reviewed the attached NDOT Highway Safety Improvement Program, HIS Grant Exhibit 1. The grant will be used to prepare an inventory of street signs and recommending replacement of street signs. The grant will be paid by federal funds. Under the grant, federal funds will pay 90% of the project cost, up to $511,943. The city will be responsible for paying $6,883 for the preliminary engineering phase of the project and $50,001 for the construction phase of the project, for a total expenditure to the city of $56,884. A detailed breakdown of the expenditures for this project is found in the memo from Robinson Engineering of August 14, 2018, as Exhibit 2. The engineering stage of the project will begin in the later part of 2018, and the actual construction phase will begin in 2019. The grant is in proper legal form and is sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the City of Gary. The exhibits are attached to the Board of Public Works and Safety, Indiana Department of Transportation, LPA agreement, DAS number 1601165. Dear board members, the city has received a Highway Safety Improvement Program, HIS, grant for the street sign inventory and replacement. The attached local public agency LPA agreement states that the federal share of the project will be 90%, up to the total of $511,943. For preliminary engineering, the city should expect to pay the full amount prior to being reimbursed through NDOT for the federal share. The breakdown is as follows. Preliminary engineering is $61,943, which is the federal share. The local share is $6,883, which has a total of $68,826. The construction federal share is $450,000, and the local share of that is $50,001, for a total of $500,001. The construction and the preliminary engineering all total $511,943, and if you add the local share in, it's $568,827. And this engineering for the project will take place in 2018 with construction in 2019. Therefore, I recommend the board approves the attached LPA agreement with the Indiana Department of Transportation. Yours truly, Robinson Engineering, Dave Schilling, Engineer. And it does have the QC 40 attached. Madam President, I'm gonna move that we approve the LPA agreement with NDOT and City of Gary.
Second.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have correspondence from the Department of Community Development.
To the Board of Public Works and Safety from Arlene D. Colvin, Director. Approval of contracts for tenant-based rental assistance program. Willows on Clark Road landlord, homeowners equity, and Realty landlord. Attached to this memorandum are contracts for the Community Development Department's tenant-based rental assistance program. Under this program, home funds will be utilized to make rent allowance payments for qualified tenants for a period of 1 year. The contracts are with Willows on Clark Landlord and Homeowners Equity and Realty Landlord. The rental amounts are as follows: Willows on Clark, $700 a month; Willows on Clark, $700 a month; Homeowners Equity and Realty, $600 a month. To Arlene Colvin, Executive Director; Inga D. Lewis Shannon, Attorney for the Department of Community Development, Home Rental Assistance Agreement Contract. The Law Office of Inga D. Lewis Shannon has reviewed the attached Home Rental Assistance Agreement between the City of Gary Department of Community Development and Willows on Clark Road Landlord. The contract is to provide rental assistance to qualified tenants. Pursuant to the contract, City of Gary Department of Community Development will pay to the landlord a security deposit and a share of the tenant's rent from July 16, 2018 until June 30th, 2019. The contract is in proper legal form and is sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the City of Gary. QC 40 verifies appropriations in the sum of $8,829. And the lease addendum are attached. And the apartment lease agreement for security deposits also attached. Madam President, I move that we approve the contracts with Community Development, Willows on Clark, Homeowners Equity and Realty as landlord.
A second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next we have to the Board of Public Works and Safety, Arlene D. Colvin, Director, approval of contracts for tenant-based approval of contracts for tenant-based rental assistance program, Willows on Clark Landlord, Homeowners Equity, and Realty Landlord. Attached to this memorandum are contracts for the Community Development Department's tenant-based rental assistance program. Under this program, home funds will be utilized to make rent allowance payments for qualified tenants for a period of 1 year. The contracts are with Willows on Clark Landlord and Home Equities and Realty Landlord. The rental amounts are as follows: Willows on Clark, $700 a month; Willows on Clark, $700 a month; Homeowners Equity and Realty, $600 a month. To Arlene Colvin, Executive Director; Inga D. Lewis Shannon, Attorney for the Department of Community Development, Home Rental Assistance Agreement Contract. The Law Office of Inga D. Lewis Shannon has reviewed the attached Home Rental Assistance Agreement between the City of Gary Department of Community Development and Willows on Clark Landlord. The contract is to provide rental assistance to qualified tenants. Pursuant to the contract, City of Gary Department of Community Development will pay to the landlord a security deposit and a share of the tenant's rent from August 13, 2018 until July 31st, 2019. The contract is in proper legal form and is sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the City of Gary. And there is a QC 40 for appropriations of $8,761.29, as well as the lease addendum. And there is a lease agreement for the security deposits. Madam President, I move that we approve the contract for community development with Willows on Clark Landlord, Homeowners Equity, and Realty Landlord.
A second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we have to the Board of Public Works and Safety, Arlene D. Coven, Director. Approval of contracts for tenant-based rental assistance program, Willows on Clark, landlord, homeowners equity, and realty landlord. Attached to this memorandum are contracts for the Community Development Department's tenant-based rental assistance program. Under this program, home funds will be utilized to make rent allowance payments for qualified tenants for a period of 1 year. The contracts are with Willows on Clark, landlord, and home equities and realty landlord. The rental amounts are as follows. Willows on Clark, $700 a month. Willows on Clark, $700 a month. Homeowners equity and realty, $600 a month. To Arlene Coven, Executive Director, from Inga D. Lewis Shannon, Attorney for the Department of Community Development, Home Rental Assistance Agreement Contract. The Law Office of Inga D. Lewis Shannon has reviewed the attached Home Rental Assistance Agreement between City of Gary, Department of Community Development, and Home Equity and Realty Landlord. The contract is to provide rental assistance to qualified tenants. Pursuant to the contract, City of Gary, Department of Community Development will pay to the landlord a security deposit and a share of the tenant's rent from August 2nd, 2018 until July 31st, 2019. The contract is in proper legal form and is sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the City of Gary. There is a QC 40 attached with appropriations in the sum of $7,780.50. The lease addendum is attached. Madam President, I'm going to move that we approve rental assistance between Community Development and the Willows on Clark and homeowners equity and realty as landlords.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carries. Does that conclude community development?
Yes, please.
Okay, next we have correspondence from the Public Works Department.
Board of Public Works, Gregory L. Thomas, City Attorney, approval of supplemental license number 2 with Mobility LLC. The Law Department has reviewed the attached supplemental license form for installation of cell tower CH90XSHW8 by Mobility as Exhibit A. The cell phone tower will be 39 feet 4 inches, which qualifies it as a small cell tower under Indiana statute. The supplemental license is part of the master license agreement between the city and Mobility that was approved by the Board of Works on October the 5th, 2016, attached as Exhibit B. Under the master agreement Mobility contract, Mobility pays the city an annual license fee of $2,400 per utility pole. The license agreement is in proper legal form and is sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the City of Gary. And an overview of the supplemental license, the license, a master license agreement for use of public right-of-way. The licensor is City of Gary. Licensee is Mobility LLC. Initial annual license fees, $2,400. Commencement date is April 18, 2018 for the term of 25 years, subject to the master license agreement. And this is for a new pole. Madam President, I'm going to move that we approve the supplemental license number 2 with Mobility in the City of Gary.
And second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carries.
Okay, next we have Board of Public Works and Safety, a request for permit for water main replacement, Indiana American Water, H&G Underground Utilities, 13th Avenue, Cleveland Street to Monroe Street. Dear board members, a request has been received from H&G Underground Utilities to perform water main replacement at the above location on behalf of Indiana American Water, H&G Underground Utilities will be installing the water main. Rex Construction will be installing the water service lines. A traffic control plan has been submitted and is found to be acceptable. The contractors have active City of Gary contractors
Excuse me.
licenses. The schedule of work is noted in the attached request. If the board approves, we are recommending granting H&G Underground Utilities and Rex Construction a permit contingent upon, 1, a detailed schedule shall be provided and updated at least bi-weekly. 2, 48-hour notice shall be given for any road closures. 3, any disturbance shall be restored to the attached specifications. 4, all contractors shall be licensed with the City of Gary. Submitted by Robinson Engineering, Dave Schilling, engineer. The permit requirements are attached. The request from H&G Underground Utilities is attached. And I guess this is design and mapping is attached. So, Madam President, I'm going to move that we approve the request for permit for H&G Underground Utilities with 13th Avenue through Cleveland Street to Monroe Street.
I just have a question.
You got the second.
Oh, I second.
Any questions?
I do. Dave, how long, what's the duration of this, of the water, how long are they supposed to be out there? You know?
I do not have that with
I just want to see if we can start getting the durations and then make sure that they, see if they can notify us when the work is done or completed so we can go out there and check to make sure that the streets are being restored properly. Because I've passed areas where the streets have not been restored like they should be.
Yeah, I don't see a reason why we couldn't require a detailed schedule before approval.
Yeah, I
And,
think,
just come back next week.
Okay, yeah, because I think we want to know the approximate start date, how are they, the 48-hour notice, how is that being given? Is it just being given to us, or is it affecting any resident, or is it being given to
Public
them? Is it a full road closure, or is it just, partial, will traffic still be able to get through in the length of time? So like the start and end date, and then when they end, as Clotilde said, to notify us so someone can inspect after they're done.
correct.
We do, and the building department does inspect once they're done.
Okay, they are going out there.
But I will get a detailed schedule with durations of closures and a notification plan on how that's gonna be implemented.
Thank you.
So we're gonna defer this one until next week.
Can we, until we get
Yes,
that?
let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, Madam President, I'm going to motion that we defer this one until next meeting.
Second, I'm sorry.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. The next one is request for permit for fiber optic installation.
Board of Public Works and Safety, request for permit for fiber optic installation, Wide Open West, 25th Avenue and Mount Street. Dear board members, a request has been received from Wide Open West to install fiber optic cable in the city's right-of-way at the subject location. A traffic control plan has been submitted and is found to be acceptable. If the board approves, we recommend granting Wide Open West a permit contingent upon: 1, restoration shall be per the attached requirements. A detailed schedule shall be provided 10 days prior to the start of construction. Flaggers shall be present at all times while working within the city's right-of-way. Contractors and subcontractors shall be licensed to work within the City of Gary. And this is submitted Robinson Engineering by Dave Schilling, engineer. Letter and request from the contractor is attached. Design plan is attached. Madam President, I'm gonna move that we approve the request for a permit for fiber optic installation for Wide Open West.
I second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Oh, actually, I do have a question, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And you can just answer the question. Do we know the start date that they're gonna start? Or could you get that information to the board?
I can get you the information. This one is just one crossing boring under 25th Avenue, so I don't imagine it would take more than a day, and there's no closures involved. You know, they're working off of the road, but I can definitely get that information.
Okay. All right. All right. The next, any unfinished business?
No.
We have one more. We have one more.
It's new business. It was,
He wants to
it's
add
new business.
new business.
Yeah, I'm on unfinished business, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Any unfinished business? No. Any new business?
Okay. We request to add an additional item from Public Works. Okay, the board,
This is the Rich Plumbing?
this is the one.
The sewer installation.
Okay.
Mhm. Looking here.
Yes, I second. Sorry.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. Board of Public Works and Safety, request for permit sewer installation, Rachel Plumbing, and this is Community Health Net at 3503 Martin Luther King Drive. Dear board members, a request has been received from Rachel Plumbing on behalf of Community Health Net to install a sewer lateral in the city's Mississippi Street right-of-way. This requires a temporary road closure proposed Friday, August the 24th. The sewer tap permit from the city's sanitary district is attached. If the board approves, we recommend granting Rachel Plumbing a permit contingent upon: one, flaggers shall be present at all times while working within the city's right-of-way, and contractors and subcontractors shall be licensed to work within the city of Gary. And this is submitted by Robinson Engineering, Dave Schelling, engineer. City of Gary, Department of Public Works, 401 Broadway. And this is the letter from Rachel Plumbing. We need to close East 35th Court at Mississippi to install a new sanitary lateral to the proposed building. There will be traffic barriers to block traffic. We have applied for the tie-in permit with City Sanitary District. We expect the work to take 2 days. We anticipate completion of the work in the month of July, August 2018. We are performing all work. There will not be any other subcontractors involved. The restoration will be completed with hot mix asphalt. We will follow the specifications for the local street restoration. Plans are attached showing the project scope of work. And this is from the project manager, John Brewster. And they do have the sewer tap application attached, as well as the plan for the work. So, Madam President, I'm going to move that we approve the request for permit for sewer installation, Community Health Net, 3503 Martin Luther King Drive.
A second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Just for one clarification, I'm sorry, I just want to be, I'm sorry, I have one clarification. The letter that you wrote had August 24th on it. In their note, they said it could be 2 days. Do we know if it's going to be 1 or 2 days?
I think it's just gonna be the one day,
Okay.
based on my conversation with them.
Okay. I didn't know if you just had that because that was the only weekday or, you know, it had to be
No,
on
I
the
did get verbal confirmation that that was the day.
Okay, all right, thank you. any public comment today? Yes, sir.
Okay, yesterday we had a pre-bid meeting for the fire station. They had quite a few people there. Martin Riley, they are the engineering and architectural people. People were asking about the different items on it. They sent them to Board of Works upstairs. They said it's the hard copy and specifications will be there, but we went up there, there was nothing there, you know, so are they gonna start, you know, putting the copies for inspection? You know, because there's a lot of people that are only subcontractors. They don't need the whole copy, they were just looking at one item. They had about 3 or 4 people go up there, they said it wasn't there. And I mentioned it at Geary Housing Authority, they had subcontractors there, and they says, they could go and see it at Board of Works. I said, it's not available there. You know, they said it's supposed to be available there, normally at the Geary Public Library. Are they gonna start doing that? You know,
So we don't have the Gary Housing Authority, we don't get those
Not the
items, but
housing
for the fire
authority,
department, I
but
can
the
ask,
fires.
I can ask
Yeah.
the fire chief, normally we do have all those bid documents available in Public Works.
Okay, because they told me yesterday you could only purchase there. I think it's supposed to be available for public inspection at Board of Works. You know.
Just to look at, you're saying?
Yeah, to see what the deal is. You know, most of the people there were subcontractors yesterday, and they were asking different questions. And he sent them to Board of Works for to do the inspection, look at the list. This guy was asking for doors.
Okay.
This guy was asking for flooring.
So I'll ask the fire chief.
So it's available, well, he's.
I haven't seen it, but I can speak with him and see if we can have it.
Okay, Bradley.
He's not here.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
Anyone else? All right, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting,
I
please?
motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.